Take two.
Take two.
Mm-hmm.
So we have everything in pounds because we're scrubs and we don't understand kilos.
Yep. But look at how sexy this little squat is. Standing at 5'5", 155 on that day. Easy 285. Moving on to 308.
We chose like real light openers.
Yeah.
These are things we could probably both hit for sets of 5.
Mm-hmm.
And like just our first lifts on the platform, we kind of wanted them to be like something we're guaranteed to make. So especially on our squat opener, we went.
Yeah, check this out.
Really conservative.
Making 320 look real easy. Felt like 135.
A little bit slowed down in the middle.
Yeah, but other than that, it was a good day. Except I got a red light on every single squat attempt.
Oh yeah, I don't know if you noticed. Like they took Will's belt away for his third. His third squat.
Yeah,
and he rather than using someone else's belt, he just went for it.
Yeah, look at Jason, easy 315. Jason could probably hit this for like 10 reps.
I don't know about that. Definitely like 3 maybe.
Yeah, but look at that focus though, man.
This is the same. This is the same lift.
Hey, that's some good focus, huh?
This is my first time on the platform ever.
Seriously.
And so I'm like, damn, I didn't really know what to expect, but it's not really like the energy is a lot bigger. So everything is a little bit easier, but it's kind of easy to get out of your head and like overhyped.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't do this here because this is some lightweight, but later on that gets to me.
Yeah, just a different angle of his first attempt, 315. Again, really easy.
Yeah, I did not want to miss like my first lift on the platform. That like one of my goals coming in was like the most basic goal I had was just to hit all my openers.
Yeah, and I think that's important too when you like. Especially because it was our first meet.
Yeah.
And so being in a competition setting, like you get all this like energy and you're really nervous, right? Before you step onto the platform.
Look at that right there.
Yeah.
This is where I start to get nervous. When I put 340 on, I'm like,
yeah.
I have to hype myself up a little bit.
But things like this you got to live for, you know? Like you got to be uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And put yourself into uncomfortable positions where, you know, you could succeed even though you're feeling all that nervousness.
But the thing about my squat is I don't have like a lot of form breakdown. Even like when the weights get heavy, I'll have a little bit of forward lean. But like form breakdown, I can worry about on my bench and my deadlift because that does happen when the weight gets heavier. But my squat's more reliable. The only time I'll miss it usually is when I don't have the strength. And I think I chose the right weights for this meet because I was able to hit everything. Sure. I think I don't know, you be the judge, but I think I had like at least 5 to 10 more pounds in me on this lift.
I think you did, man. Yeah, because it wasn't like you never really you had a sticking point, but it wasn't like mine where at 320 like in between like you just stall for a bit. Like yours is still gradually going up slowly.
And this is bench 2 right here, so we don't have our bench openers. But
yeah, and so on this day, actually, I had a longboarding accident, and so I messed up my wrist. And it was giving me pain when I was warming up, but then once I got onto the actual platform, it felt like fine.
Yeah, by some miracle. We had decided that Will should just hit. Oh, I forgot to come back for the liftoff.
Yeah, he forgot about me.
we decided that Will should just hit his bench opener and then like call it quits if it wasn't comfortable. Yeah. But he actually missed his opener.
Yeah, I missed the racking cue, and so I was pretty pissed about that. But it was fine. Hit the second attempt.
Yeah, he decided to go for attempts 2 and 3.
But 220, as you can see, felt like 135. It was too light, so I couldn't even push it up. Yeah, next time maybe I'll try to go up a little bit.
Yeah, it's definitely not heavy enough. That's why you missed it.
Yeah, definitely not heavy enough. I think I had about 300 more pounds in me. I was just being a little baby about it. So, you know.
Yeah, on your first meet, like I feel like bench is one of the trickiest ones because squat only has 2 commands, deadlift only has 1 command, but bench there's like 3 commands, so there's like a little bit to think about here. And that was one of my main focuses when I was lifting for the bench. Because if you miss a command, good game, you can make the lift. You can even like rep it a million times or whatever.
Yeah.
but that will not count. Actually, you can't rep it. You can only do it once. But but yeah, 203 went up fine, and I was expecting it to
easily.
It's once we get up past 210 that that starts to get questionable for me, especially with a pause.
Yeah.
So that's what I was worried about. This is my best touch and go bench right here.
Yeah.
My bench is kind of sad. So I just wanted to tie it for a pause PR, a competition grade lift PR. And as soon as I lifted it off, like, it felt heavy, but I thought, well, I can probably lift this. It'll be fine.
Yeah.
And we'll see how it goes. I stayed tight successfully. Like, my back started to cramp once I hit that sticking point, and I tried to go for, like, anything that I could. And as you can see, I missed it. 3 reds.
Yeah. 315 for my first deadlift attempt.
Honestly,
it felt really light.
I think this opener was way too light for you.
Yeah. I probably could have opened at 350 and then probably could have gone up to 380, but, you know, first meet, and so I just didn't know where I stand, like, weight wise, and so
and you can see Will doesn't even have a belt anymore.
Yeah,
he lost his belt.
I lost my belt because it was illegal. Still got all my lifts though, you know.
This lift right here, he told me he was going to 380, and I was like, I am not sure, man.
Yeah, I think I sharted a little bit and
trying
to lift this up, you know. Look at that face, man. Just that relief.
Dude, every second that he was coming up, like, I had a little bit of doubt, but once Will gets off the floor, he gets it to lock out. So
for me, like, I'm just really slow off the ground, but once I get it like an inch or two off the ground, I could keep pulling it just real slowly, and it'll end up.
And I'm the exact opposite. I can pull it to my knees. I can pull I'd probably pull like 110% of my max to my knees, but no further. I went for 400 for my opener. Something I could hit in like any condition, because I knew the bar would be different. The platform was a little wonky, actually. Did you notice that?
Actually,
I usually like roll. You know, I usually roll my deadlifts. Yeah. I tried to do that, and
it didn't roll.
It didn't roll.
Yeah, but this actual like deadlift bar actually worked in my favor, cause the bar wasn't as thick, so trying to hook grip was a lot easier. And also, like, during warm-ups, we weren't using a deadlift bar, right?
Yeah.
It was just another, like, squat bar or, like, bench bar. And, you know, like, the deadlift bar has a lot more slack. And so, for me, that works in my favor, because when I try to pick it up off the ground, it'll be really slow, but then it's a lot less weight I have to pull initially.
Yeah.
And so
for me, it didn't work. You saw that second attempt, 436. Something about, like, as I said, I'm strong off the floor. Something about it just kind of threw me off balance. So when I reached lockout on that one, I felt like I was about to fall over. So I just put it down right away. And so I didn't hold it long enough at the top to get the down command. I just decided to go for the 436 again on the second. And you can see my right knee soft locks a little bit.
Yeah.
But they gave me whites, so I was happy with that.
3 wide lights, baby.
Yeah, I didn't make it to that. I didn't make it to what I wanted to do, which was 1,000, and that was because my second attempt didn't go so well with the deadlift bar. I won't blame the bar entirely, but something about my deadlift was just wonky.
Yeah, but I think for this first meet, we were, like, pretty successful, you know? Like, it was really awesome, actually, like, being able to experience this, because I remember when Jason, like, came up to me and was like, yo, you want to do this powerlifting meet? I was like, sure, because initially I actually started out weightlifting.
Yeah.
A lot of Olympic lifts, and powerlifting was something new. And even during football, I guess it was powerlifting style training. You know, you always bench, squat.
But you also clean and jerk in football.
But, you know, so I was pretty aware of, like, just the scenario. But actually being able to do all these lifts in a competition setting and having that atmosphere really helped me. Because on that 380, I think I would not be able to pull 380 just in a commercial gym.
Let's play the 380 again.
Yeah. Because definitely I cannot pull this just in a regular gym. Like, when I first felt the bar, or when I first gave the bar some tension, it did not move. And so in the video, it looks a lot faster to me than actually lifting it, you know?
Yeah.
Like,
it was pretty slow though. I think it took you at least like 4 seconds.
Yeah, it was a really slow lift, but you know, everybody's screaming and shouting. And so the atmosphere was just great, and like I think that's one of the reasons I was able to pull 380 that day, man.
Yeah. Dude, I definitely don't think you could pull that in just a gym setting. It had to be with everyone cheering you on, and people got loud for that lift.
Yeah. And the cool thing about it is it doesn't matter what's on the bar, you know?
Yeah, no one really cared what was on the bar.
Yeah, nobody cares.
So if you're thinking about like doing your own meet and you don't think like you're strong enough, nobody cared, because me and Will we were putting up like average weight. There were people both weaker and stronger than us.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
But people were no less hyped for like the people putting up smaller numbers than us than they were for the people putting up bigger numbers.
And so being able to see those types of dudes, you know, that have the same passion for what you want to do is like pretty amazing, I think, because everybody just supports each other and nobody's really being thrown down.
Yeah. And so if you're thinking about doing a meet, just do it, honestly. Like our two of our friends came who are also lifters, pretty strong dudes, and as soon as they walked in the door, they were like, man, I should have signed up for this.
Yep, and we told them too. We told them. Yeah, and so it's just things like that. There's just a great deal of support when you actually finally go into the competition. You meet a lot of great dudes that share the same individual goal as you know?
Yeah. So in summary, I went 7 for 9, missed what was it? I missed the bench third attempt and the deadlift second attempt. You went 7 for 9.
Yeah. First and third attempt.
You totaled like 908, a little bit over 900.
Yeah, something like
that. I got to 993. Yeah. A couple short of 1,000.
Yeah, there's just nothing like being in a competition setting.